Welcome to Candy's World on Wheels podcast. And here we are again. If you're a first-time listener, thank you for tuning in. If you're a repeat listener, much appreciation for you coming back. Today we have with us Colby Lee, and she has a channel and social media called Blink.Razor. She's going to explain a little bit about what she does.
Yeah, so I engrave motorcycle visors. I also engrave rearview mirrors, side mirrors for cars and bikes, and do some laser engraving as well. So
nice. And what got you into that?
I had a friend. His name is Wraith, and basically he was at my apartment one time, and he had a helmet, and it had a mirrored visor, and we were looking at it, and he was like, I think that would look really cool if it was engraved. And I said, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that because I don't know how it will work. And so I tried it, and it actually looked pretty sick. Mm-hmm. So I posted it on social media, and it just went crazy.
Nice.
Crazy.
And then you never looked back. You've been engraving everything since then.
Yep. Ever since then, I just kept on doing it. Cool. And then people started to message me and ask if they could send theirs in. So I was just saying yes, yeah, sure. Giving people my address to my apartment, just not thinking anything of it. And yeah, it worked out pretty good.
Cool. Yeah, they do look very neat. I saw some of the photos and how you do that. That's a very I was kind of using good technology coming along to do something new and different. So what else is it that you engrave?
So I do a lot of rear view mirrors. I also do these little wallet inserts. They're like good luck charms that people can purchase. And I also do keychains, just really kind of like random miscellaneous stuff as well, some wood. But yeah, for the most part, it's visors through and through. That's what I'm trying to hone in on the most.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what type of machinery do you use for that? Is that like a standard setup that's a commonly known brand name? Because I know nothing about laser engraving.
So I use it's called the X tool, and it's a CO2 machine. So I have the setup where there's an air purifier and all of the stuff goes outside of the house, all the smoke. But I do it in my dad's garage. And it's a pretty cool setup that he's built in there. But yeah, it connects to my computer. I upload the design, and it has a curve measurement thing. So whenever you put the visor in, you can map it out, and then it measures the distance over the curve. So it actually engraves kind of that way. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is. All the programs that are available to us nowadays to do things like that really have come a long way, and they're much more affordable than 15, 20 years ago, or, exist. Maybe they didn't even exist, back then.
Right.
So tell me about your riding, or what is going on with motorcycling in you?
Yeah. So I don't have a bike yet.
But she has lots of helmets.
Yeah.
She's ready. She's got the first component, which is not uncommon, actually. A lot of people come in here and they buy helmet, jacket, gloves, boots, everything, because they're going to get into riding, and they're taking the motorcycle safety course, so they want to get everything all ready for it.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how I started. I got all my equipment, and then I started backpacking with some of my friends. And then next thing you know, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe this is something I would want to get into. And I started working at Blink.Razor, which is where I got to see a lot of different bikes and a lot of different people and their stories. And I was like, this is definitely something that I want to get into. I just need to get my finances right first.
Yeah, that is usually the big blockade for everything fun in life is the darn finances.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody would have everything in the world if it wasn't for that one little minor detail.
Right.
Well, with your motorcycling desires for the future, what kind of bike do you think you would get for your first bike?
Definitely an R3. I'm 99% set on an R3. I was also thinking maybe a ZX4RR, but from just the advice that I've gotten from people and my comfort level and where I want to be, like how I want to be able to not have to tippy toe and stuff like that, I'm thinking the R3.
Always advisable to start with the smallest bike and work your way up and get the confidence and comfort level of being able to manage the bike without feeling that it's too tall for you, too heavy for you. Once you can get just the automatic control down where you're not thinking about the height or the weight of the bike, then you can ride pretty much anything after time. You just have to build it up.
And I'm perfectly fine. Like the one thing that people tell me is that I should start with a higher CC bike because I'm going to get bored. And I would
like to talk to those people. I would really like to talk to those people because nothing replaces the experience of just learning how to operate the machine.
Yes.
Nothing. Like none of us were born and started running. Everything has its own evolution. And if you can take more time to learn all of the basic functions of the bike and also learn your emergency stops, avoidance, things like that on a bike that you can handle really well, then you can be a much safer rider for longer periods of time. And that's just something that there is kind of not a division, but there's people who will always say, just get the bigger bike, you'll be fine. Well, the people that have been in the industry for a long time will generally always say the opposite because we've seen historically what can happen when people get a little bit too much in over their heads. And then also, again, if you're riding a bike that you're not feeling comfortable with, if it's too big, too heavy, and you get anxious or scared from riding it, you're not going to have a great experience. You're not going to want to do it all the time.
Most definitely.
So anybody, I don't care if you're 6'4", I don't care if you're 5'2", start off with the thing that you can absolutely handle, that if you drop it by yourself, you feel like you'll be able to pick it up and build up all your skill set from there. And people trade motorcycles up, around, down, sideways all the time. It's not like a car where people get it and they have to keep it for a while. We have people that trade bikes in. We have a couple of customers. It's like every couple of months.
Dang.
So, you can be on sport bikes for a while and then you decide you want to try an adventure bike, you want to try a cruiser, you want to try dirt. People just want to live, who really love motorcycles, want to live the entire experience and go through all the different styles.
Yeah.
So you got a long time to go. It's not like this is going to be your last bike. We want you to enjoy all of them. And we like seeing that whole entire life of people who go through all of them. And they're like, I'm about ready for this bike, or my friend had this and I'm kind of curious as to how it would feel for me. And that's part of the fun of motorcycling, is knowing that once it's really in your blood, it's there forever. Right. And you want to see it through until the day you're on three wheels because your knee's given out or your hip doesn't work anymore. And some guys are like, I'm never going to be there. I can't do that. But we still want you to ride, just get on it and ride.
So those are like the retirement bikes, the three-wheel ones.
Not always, no. There's a lot of people who don't have good balance who, utilize the three wheels because they still love that feeling of being outside of a box and experiencing all of what the road can give to you, which you don't get always when you're in a vehicle, inside the vehicle. And there's some people who just feel more confident on it. And some people do have knee or hip issues. And it's a very good way for them to continue having that fun.
That's awesome. Yeah. It is funny. The first time that I got on the back of a bike, I rode bikes with my dad when I was very little. But recently, the first time that I've been on the back of the bike, I was on the highway and I was just thinking, I'm outside. This is crazy. Just the elements. Mm-hmm. I saw the moon and I was like, there's no window between me and the moon. This is insane.
Mm-hmm. It is a completely different experience and you are much more one with what is around you. It makes you much more aware of everything and you get to feel temperature changes, smells, all those things that you don't get in a car. And that is one of the things, along with the feeling of freedom and the power and the low flying and all that. That's one of the draws of motorcycling. Yeah. So we hope that you get your motorcycle and you can experience all of that. That'll be fun.
I'll probably come here. I saw those R3s down there. I was like, dang, those things are clean.
We have a couple.
Well, I told him, I was like, I told Duncan, I said, I was like, how many of these are new and how many of these are used? And he was like, this is a used place. Like all these are used.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I
Yeah.
thought these were brand new.
They look like it. That's one of the things that we like to do. We have a lot of people daily where, come in and say, where are your used bikes? And here they are.
Yep.
We really have tried to develop it that we put out a very good product that people, if you don't know that it's a used motorcycle, you'll think it is new.
Yeah.
And having the selection, the different varieties of bikes all under one roof, it's like a museum for people to come and modern day museum, come check it all out. So if you cannot find something down there, you're in the wrong place.
Probably won't be able to find it if I can't find it down there.
Or something like it. There's people who are looking for specific things, maybe a specific year or color, or, maybe a model that we don't have. But by and large, you're going to find something that is nice to look at.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how long has this place been here?
This building has been here since July of 2021, but WOW's been in business since 1991.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't start the company. The founder and previous owner started it by exporting motorcycles
all
over the world. So that's where the World on Wheels comes in. And we still do that to this day, although not in the same type of volume that we used to.
Sweet.
So that's why we have the retail store.
That's awesome.
Have you been to any of the events that we hold here?
I haven't been to any of the events yet. There were a lot of people who came to Dainese when I was working there after. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking if I wasn't working, I would be there. But yeah.
Well, we got more coming up for 2026, so you have to make that.
I'd love to come.
Yeah. So for your normal work, you do this engraving thing. And what do you think if you could just have your dream shop or your dream, for your laser stuff, like what would it look like?
Oh gosh, I think about this a lot. My dream shop would be a warehouse setup where you could walk in, and ideally I would have somebody who did like maintenance for bikes as well. Mm-hmm. And so it would kind of be a twofer. There would be a maintenance section, oil changes, all that stuff. And then a customization section where we do wraps and things like that. So I want to get into more than just helmets. I also started clothing very recently, just ordered the samples. So I haven't even got them yet. But it would be, something where I could go in and just get in the zone. Because right now I have my stepmom's BMW to the left of me. And I have my dad's hunting stuff and like all of his tools to the right of me. And then I'm just right there in the middle, just like doing my engravings. The UPS guy comes outside and he comes by our house and then comes up to me and he's like, hey, the garage door's wide open. So yeah, I dream a lot about having just a place where it feels like, okay, I'm not home, I'm clocking in to work,
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, some of the greatest businesses in the world got started out of a garage. So
yes, for sure. And I'm so thankful. My parents, my dad, stepmom, mom, stepdad, they all came together. They saw the vision and they were like, just do it. Just whatever you need. If you need space, my parents let me move in with them so I didn't have to worry about rent, which that's a rare opportunity. So I was like, I'll take it,
Yeah,
So
well,
very thankful.
You hit on a new little niche within the motorcycle market, so I think that's a good thing. And people love to customize their bikes and their gear.
Yeah.
And I think being able to customize the shield in whatever design it is that they like is a really good thing for you to have tapped into.
It's cool. It's like tattoos, And it's a way that you can show a little bit of your style while you're riding, because whenever people are riding, if you're wearing your gear like you should be,
always,
it's somewhat limited. I mean, not really, but from what I've noticed, it's any extra customization is going to be a plus on top of gear that is, safe, but these are for display and off-road use only.
We have some of those things too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we have our novelty helmets that we sell, and we say this is, not DOT approved. Can and possibly might get you a ticket for wearing it.
Yeah.
But people still wear them.
Exactly. It's like whatever they decide to do, it's up to the customer's discretion.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. You provide stuff for them to use in a show scene only, right?
Yes. Right.
Yeah. Can you think of any new product that you'd like to add that's motorcycle specific? Like, could you do windshields?
So I do some windshields. I'm trying to make it to where the quality is more laser than hand, and it's kind of difficult to put the windshields in a laser engraver because it's a little bit too curved and like too big. The dimensions are just a little off, so I still do those by hand. So I don't advertise them as much. But I did just, well, it's wrapping up. I think there's 3 weeks left of my app being developed. And it's an app where you can program custom stickers and you can program NFC like chips to put on your helmet for safety. So there's an emergency sticker. There's also a social media sticker. So you can just tap it. Like if you're at a meet, somebody could tap your helmet or your bike and it pulls up all of your socials. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting thing to be getting into.
I don't know why I started that. I saw the NFC stickers on Amazon and I was like, I don't know. I want to branch out into more than just engraving. So I was thinking about what I could get into that could still be in the realm of helmets. And so I was like, might as well just slap a sticker on the back of the helmet. Yeah.
And then you program it for the people or they do it themselves?
So on the Blink.Razor app, they can program it themselves. They can customize it. They can edit information. And in the future, they'll be able to order actual like custom stickers. So they can have logos. They'll be able to type in their usernames and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's been a very big thing I see in the car scene, the little socials on the side. Yeah. Where did you come up with the name?
Blink.Razor. So honestly, I was looking online and I was trying to find something because I knew that I wanted to start engraving and I wanted it to be something that wasn't just engraving in case I wanted to grow it in the future. So I was thinking about the process of engraving and I was thinking of different words like cuts, sharp, and then I was like, razor's pretty edgy. And I was thinking of words that would go with it that you don't see often, like you wouldn't hear it and associate it with another company. So I just got to Blink.Razor. I was just like, that's unique, I think. And it kind of stuck. And I think some people think that's my name.
Well, nowadays you never know. So, and how many different name combos did you go through before you landed there?
Like 50.
Yeah. And when you saw that, you knew it or?
Yeah. Whenever I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's the one. That sounds good. I like it. It's edgy.
Yeah. And it can morph into other things as well. So I think it's a good broad term name that you can definitely stands out and you can do a lot.
Right.
And it has good marketability, the way that you can stack it and make it vertical or horizontal. So,
for sure.
And you designed all your stuff yourself, all the logo and...
Yes, I designed all the logos and everything myself. There's one sticker and one thing that's on some of the clothing that my sister, she's a tattoo artist. She actually does all my tattoos. And she took on some projects of designing some of the decals. So some of the stuff, her name on Instagram is Lover Ghoul. So some of the stuff is hers. Like there's a careful decal with a sword that goes down like this. And that's all her. All credit to Gracie Lee.
That's good to be able to have some collaboration with your family like that and pull them in and get them involved.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So when you get your motorcycle, what is going to be your first big thing that you do with it?
I have this song that I love called Bang Bang by Nancy Sinatra. And it's older. It's an older song. I'm going to get a cardo and then put that in my helmet, play that song, and just drive. That's my main goal because I love that song so much. And every time I listen to it, I'm thinking, I can't wait to get a bike just so I can listen to this song on it. I don't know.
Everybody has different incentives, you know?
But honestly, as far as riding a bike goes, I think I am in the right mind state to start because I'm absolutely terrified. Just thinking about it. Well, it doesn't help that my house where I'm living right now, the first road out of the neighborhood is 400, the highway. So it's going to be a challenge to learn and to just get comfortable. So I definitely have those nerves. And then also a lot of the stuff that I see in the bike community is online. And a lot of the stuff I see online is either insane or tragic.
Well, the internet is not reality. Some people might make it the reality, but it's not.
That's a good point.
You know,
that is a good point.
It's you're seeing the high highlights and the low lowlights. They're not just showing you well, some people do just the average Sunday morning ride.
Right, like the everyday, yeah.
And you can choose to be involved in the silliness of some of those things, but I wouldn't recommend it.
I want no shenanigans, none.
That's how the low lights get created from you play around, you lay around, as somebody that I know used to say about people doing silly things on motorcycles. And, we want to make motorcyclists for life. We don't want to make motorcycles disposable. Motorcyclists are not disposable. We want to make long-term motorcyclists. So the people that are out there putting themselves in danger and other people, it's not good for the whole entire industry. We want those people to end up having to ride a Spider or a Goldwing trike later in life, and you can't do that if you put yourself into the back of a truck.
That's awesome.
Have you taken the motorcycle safety course?
I have not. I've been practicing for it, which I don't know if that's backwards or what, but I just want to be comfortable enough to where I don't freeze up while I'm there. So I'm taking it hopefully at the beginning of next year. It's going to be cold.
Yeah, don't practice for that because they'll teach you what you need to do. And you'll just have to unlearn some bad habits. It's best to just allow them to teach you what they've developed over years. And that course has been there for years and years. So they've kind of gone through all the motions. They know much better than the friends and family. And it's easier when you're being instructed by somebody that's what they do.
Yes.
And, I always discourage people from trying to teach their girlfriends or whoever how to ride, because sometimes also the personality clashes that come in that, especially if it's a parent trying to teach a kid to ride.
Oh, yeah.
Unless your kid really, really listens to you, you already have that, I don't want to listen to you kind of thing.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's better just to go get taught by a professional. You've got, you're kind of on your best behavior because you don't know this person and you want to, everybody wants to excel.
Right.
So it's a better environment, and, they have the motorcycles and the enclosed area to do all this in a safe manner. So I highly recommend anybody interested. And even if you haven't ridden in a long time, go take the course for a refresher. And they also have advanced rider courses that you can get into after you've established yourself a little bit and your riding. And even for people who have ridden for a long time, advanced rider courses are a lot of fun. And they also have adventure training courses as well, where you can get a big bike and go ride it off-road, which that's something on my list of things to do, because that's a whole nother skill set.
Yeah, that would be so much fun. That would be sick.
Yeah, and that's for people who really want to do total adventure riding, where they're riding on, asphalt 1 minute and off into the woods the next.
Nice.
Or big epic adventures where they may be riding on gravel or dirt roads for miles and miles and miles.
Yeah. Dude, I bet that's difficult. But the thrill from that has to be insane.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, doing one of those big epic trips like that where you're on a big adventure bike is a dream of a lifetime for many people.
Yeah.
And it does require you to have very, very good riding skills and definitely very good avoidance skills, because a lot of the third world countries, the roads are just absolutely awful to begin with. So even driving a car on them is totally different experience than what you have here. But it is, I know a couple of people that run businesses that take people for those things, and to see all their stories and their pictures and all of
that's cool.
It's always fun. It gives me that bucket list.
Nice. I saw you make a post, I think it was on Candy's World on Wheels, of all your bikes that you've had throughout the years.
Oh, that's a little smattering, yeah. Yeah.
That was awesome. I was like, dang, that's cool.
Yeah. I could not even begin to tell you the amount of bikes I've ridden, though. I don't know. I can't. It's too many.
That's awesome. So when did you start riding bikes?
I started riding a long time ago.
Nice.
Yeah, long time ago. Probably when I was 19.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, that's how I got started. That's how I ended up here. So I started riding and started as a receptionist in a motorcycle dealership that was over in Roswell at the time. And away I went.
Wow, worked your way up. So you own WOW, right?
Yes.
Wow.
That's what we say. It's a very commonly used word around here. And then once it gets into your head, then everywhere you go, anytime anybody says it, you start realizing how much that word is used, and it's everywhere, every day. Wow.
That's inspiring. That is a really inspiring just story. You started as a receptionist and you just worked your way up.
But I mean, that's how a lot of people own businesses or start corporations, is you just start and you have a vision. And when I was in my early 20s, I knew I wanted to own a business. I always knew I wanted to own my own business.
Yeah.
Took me about 10 years longer to get there than I anticipated, but the directions of life are sometimes muddy and unclear. So I still have lots of things to accomplish and do. So like you, I feel like I'm just getting started, because my goal was ownership, but then after that, there's all these other things that come. So it's a never-ending challenge of seeing through all the dreams, because those change too based on what is happening. So keep on with what you have envisioned for yourself. And once you have the goal, you stop focusing on the goal and you just focus on the steps to get there.
Yes. And it took me a while to realize that I actually panicked so bad whenever my first video went viral, because I was like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this. I don't know how I'm going to make this step from where I'm currently at and the tools that I currently have to the place where I know that this business could go. And it caused me a lot of stress at first. I was just like, I don't want to mess this up. I feel like this is my one opportunity to really make something that's just mine. And so I had to learn exactly how you said, you have to focus on the steps, because if you don't, it's just too big. So yeah.
And that goal will change sometimes too as you're taking the steps, because then the path has to change, and you learn a lot and you go, oh, well, I can't do that. So therefore this end result is going to have to change. But you're taking those steps, you're learning from your failures, you're coming up with new ideas, and you just keeps morphing until you're there. And it may not be the same goal that you originally envisioned, but you're marching towards it. And that can take longer. It can also be short, if you have good fortune that falls on you really quickly. And you just make the best out of it. But you don't just, you can't freeze and not take advantage of opportunities when they present themselves to you, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I think you have a lot to think through, and being a creative person will always give you a lot of things to draw from. And who knows, you might start a whole nother piece of this that, you'll get the spark of inspiration that's like, well, what if I try and do this? And there you go. And you create a whole new enterprise for yourself. Because I guess with the laser thing, you can do, what types of materials can you and can you not work with?
As far as, it's actually funny because, so visors are made of polycarbonate and they actually engrave terribly.
Mm-hmm.
So the only visors that go in the machine are the mirrored ones, because all it does is scratch off the surface of the mirrored coating.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not actually engraving. Technically, it doesn't go into the visor. But so plastics can be engraved, but more of like acrylic and materials like that, like cast iron or cast, what is it? I think it's just cast acrylic. Oh, cast iron is the skillet.
Cast iron's a skillet.
I was thinking,
I was like, that'd be pretty heavy duty engraving, but
And also like woods. I thought about doing different parts of the bike because there's a rotary, so I could possibly figure out how to put different things in it, like exhausts and fun stuff, and just kind of play around and see what else can be engraved.
Mm-hmm. Might be able to do the heel plates off from the foot peg.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really cool.
Yep. See, we're on to something with a think tank. Well, I have a question for you from our little magic question box. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
Okay.
As ready as I'll ever be.
Don't be scared. Oh, wait a minute now. You might want to be scared here. This is a good question. Previously asked as well, so it'd be cool to compare the answers. What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever Googled, and did you find what you were looking for?
The most embarrassing thing I've ever Googled.
And then realized, oh man, they'll know my history forever.
Let's see. The most embarrassing thing I ever Googled. Actually, not too long ago, I Googled how to cover a bald spot in your bangs because I have forehead bangs,
Mm-hmm.
and my sisters are so nice. They say that it's not a bald spot. They say that it's just my part. But I always tell them, I tell my little sister, I'm like, parts shouldn't be an inch wide. Like, I'm pretty sure this is a bald spot.
Yeah.
And so I think the most embarrassing thing that I've Googled is how to cover up a bald spot. And I did find the answer. It was dry shampoo that is tinted. So
Well,
sometimes I'll just literally...
little marker.
Yeah, part of my morning routine, I'll just be like, and then go.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. I don't think that's the most embarrassing thing ever, but that's good. That's good. That's at least, enough for the public.
That's a good question. I like that question.
Yeah, our little question box has got some good ones in there. Well, back to your future, and if you could create the future for yourself in record time, like how fast would you want to be scaled up, and like, is this something you want to take your time with and learn, or are you ready to just like snap your fingers and have everything? You think you're still in the learning process, or are you ready to hit it?
So I'm still learning, and when I first started and it first started gaining traction, I really did get excited, and the first thing I thought about was the finish line and what it looked like and how I could get to where I want to be. But now that I'm more settled into it, I'm really enjoying it. And I'm just at the phase where the art of my craft is really, really fulfilling. Mm-hmm. So what I thought that I was working my way up to, I feel that same fulfillment now in my daily life. So I'm fine with it taking some time. I'm fine with, working hard and just kind of sitting with it, slowing down, sitting with it, and just learning. I really, really want to get to the point where I can share it with somebody else as well. Like, I love owning a business and I love doing my business, but I want either an employee or a business partner or somebody else to just bring on to bounce ideas off of, because that's the type of person that I am. I'm more of like a, I like having somebody else. So I don't know what that looks like, but that's probably my biggest goal, is to find that other person or like partner, however it ends up playing out.
And you said do you do stuff for cars as well?
Yeah, I do. I do rear view mirrors, side mirrors, all that stuff.
Okay, because when you said that, I didn't know if that was, you did say rear view mirrors. I thought you were maybe just doing the other side mirrors for motorcycles, but I guess those are a little difficult since they're
a little smaller.
Yeah. And how do people find you for this kind of stuff?
Most of the time, like, it's online. Most of the time, people are responding to my videos and like DMing me. Sometimes people send emails, and then I have a website as well, Blink.Razor.com. So.
Okay. And how do you promote yourself for all of that? Like, do you go to car shows or bike nights? Or?
Yeah, sometimes I do Caffeine and Octane, and then most of the time I just put myself out there, even though I am so socially awkward. I'm not made for the public side of running a business, but it's just part of it. So I'm like, I do booths every now and then. I do go up to people and give out my cards at like Walmart and stuff like that. And I'm shaking the whole time, but I saw this quote not too long ago that I really liked. It said, "You can do it scared." And I was like, oh, well, okay, I'll do it scared. So that's what I live by.
That's good. Well, everybody's got to get out of themselves and realize their goals, and you can't hold yourself back over being nervous of talking to people, because generally people talk to people every day.
Exactly.
And, I think also with, there are more people who have a more difficult time talking to people just based on how these last few years have been. And you just get used to it. You just keep pushing yourself, and, the next time your hand shakes less, and the next time it shakes less, and going out and doing the events will help you get over that.
Yeah, for sure.
It really will. Like if you talk to 100 people in one day about, person 10, you should not have any more anxiety or fear of talking to that next person.
Yeah, it's like exposure therapy.
Yeah, that is. And you will, you get your goal, your dream, and every person that you're talking to is one more person that's helping you realize that. So you have to keep all that in mind.
For sure. That's powerful. I like that.
Yeah. Don't be scared. If you are, just do it anyway.
Yep.
Cool. Well, did you have any other questions for me?
Let me think. Oh, what bike is your favorite bike of all time?
I love my little Triumph. I love my Triumph.
Nice.
And the one that is my favorite of all time is unfortunately missing from my care, and it was a bike that I sold that I regret terribly selling.
No.
But I talked to the man who bought it from us, and he agreed to sell it back to me when he's done looking at it. So, and that's a Benelli Tornado. And I don't regret, moving through all the different bikes that I've ever had, but that one was super special to me, and I will have it back one day. I just either have to find him a replacement, or he has to be done looking at it. He's never even started it. It's been sitting like in his living room ever since he bought it from us.
Dang.
And I just hope he's taking good care of it for me.
I hope so too.
Yeah, but that's my favorite one. It's something that I want to have back here. It's like a child that is missing from me. It needs to come back into the fold. But I have a lot of bikes that I have fondness for, but I can't really say, I really don't have favorites of anything. I don't have a favorite movie. I don't have a favorite, favorites. Because you're around it all the time, and everything can be special based on either a memory or just you love the look of it so much, or there's just something about it you can't really put a finger on.
Yeah.
And same with cars, trucks, whatever. I like all of them for different reasons. And there are just a few that have a little bit more, space in my heart for them. And I'm in the position now where it's a little bit dangerous because then I can say, I'll take that. We'll go put it over there. And I really had told myself when I bought the business that I was not going to collect stuff. But we had already been collecting for a long time. And after you've been in an industry or alive for a couple of decades and you go through people who are retiring or people who are moving out of their homes or people who've moved on and you have to go through their life stuff and you do that a bunch of times or you clean out a bunch of dealerships, you will say, I will never do this to myself. And then next thing you know, I have a collection growing and all the stuff is coming out of all the boxes and getting displayed. And then I realize, man, I have a lot of stuff. And I can only hope that my son forgives me one day when he has to dispose of it all. Or maybe it'll be so sought after, it'll be able to be sold in one of those fancy car shows or Sotheby's or whatever. It's like the Candy Hunter collection is here for auction. But it's a fun thing to be able to do. And I do like when people enjoy them to the level that I do. So if I had a bike that was super special to me, if I found the right home for it, I definitely would move it on because I try not to have too much of an attachment to anything nowadays and just kind of have to move through life like that because you can't take it with you. You can have it and look at it for a while, but it needs to eventually find somewhere else.
That's true.
So
yeah, that's why I don't want to get too attached to my first bike. I sometimes think about, like, I don't want it to be my dream bike. I think my dream bike is an R7.
Mm-hmm.
I really like those. So I want my first bike to be something that I can just not worry about, like if I drop it or mess up or do something to scrape it and stuff like that.
That will happen. So it is a good idea, just another reason just to get something.
Yeah.
Just something to start riding, get that experience. Don't worry about it if it gets scratches, dings, dents, whatever. And there are people who do keep their first bikes, but typically it'll be like a dirt bike. I don't know too many people that have their first street bikes. Some, but not too many because it is that entry level jumping in. It'll always be kind of your favorite. You always look back at it and go, I remember when. And you'll have your starter story. Mm-hmm. That we're very familiar with here because we hear that starter story every day. And it's interesting to hear how people got into motorcycling and what kind of bike they got into it with. And it's, my first bike that I owned, I haven't actually seen one since then that I had it. So that may be one of our things we look for in the future. Kawasaki Eliminator 250. Most people have no idea what that even is. And then I had a couple of Ninja 250s at the time back then. So that was the starter bike of all starter bikes for sport bikes, Baby Ninja. And
Baby Ninja.
Yeah. Rode to Daytona Bike Week on it a couple of times, which is a great feat in itself. I didn't know it at the time, but that's a big deal to do on a 250. Couple times. I survived, so we live to see another day and make more memories.
Heck yeah.
So we look forward to seeing your motorcycling journey and how you get into it and where you go with it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited. I will be safe because I like my life and I want to see tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I want to see as many tomorrows as I possibly can.
As we all do, I hope. Yep.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you very much for coming and spending some time with us. It's great to hear about you and all of your future endeavors that you've got planned. And we know that you're going to do great things.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really, really appreciate it. This is an awesome setup, first of all. And you're a very inspiring person as far as like the business, how you've built, and now you're starting a podcast. Like it's just, you just go, go, go. And
I do go. Thank you. I just hope Duncan can keep up.
Thank you.
He's up for the ride. All right. We'll see you next time, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in to Candy's World on Wheels podcast. Leave a review anywhere that you're listening to this podcast, please. And thank you. Reviews really do make a very big difference in the growth of our channel.